Phillips. I don't remember seeing you at a reunion before.
I'm Reverend Dr. Samuel West. It's nice to meet you, Fran.
Reverend Doctor.
What brings you here today, Reverend?
Zeffie West was my great-great-granddaughter, and I heard of these reunions. I've often thought and said that man, in my opinion, should, as far as he's capable of it, leave it to his descendants, the genealogy of his family. It seems that you are all doing well. How are you related to Zeffie?
She was my grandmother. So you must be my fourth great-grandfather? Wow.
Levi's not here. Hi.
Hi, I'm Levi. If you are Fran's fourth great-grandfather, you must be really old. When were you born?
I was born in 1738, 288 years ago, and died in 1807.
Wait, are you a ghost?
I guess I am, but as I told Fran, I heard of these reunions and wanted to visit and meet descendants.
Are all the folks here related to Zeffie? There's a descendant chart over there you can look at.
You are dressed like us.
Are you sure?
No, you're dressed funny.
Well, it says.
I know.
I thought y'all dressed differently back then.
We did dress much differently. I was a pastor, and so I would have worn a lace scarf and a waistcoat to signify that I was a professional man. Like all professional men, the clergy, doctors, lawyers, we all dressed the same in the 1700s.
What did the professional women wear?
Well, women were not allowed to be professionals, such as doctors or lawyers. They were housewives and received no education. But I'm glad to see that things have changed.
Were you alive during the Revolutionary War?
I was alive then, in my 11th year as a pastor of a church in Needham, Massachusetts.
Did you support the Americans or the British?
Supported the Americans, but not initially. At first, I and most of my neighbors were Tories. That was the name used for those who supported the king, and we had several reasons not wanting to go to war with the British.
Do you remember the reasons? You're pretty old now.
I remember the reasons. First, I knew my parishioners were not ready to fight the British. They were the strongest and best trained army in the world. I feared that a failed battle would lead to harsh reprisals. The British would escalate to stronger measures to repress the rebellion.
What caused you to change your mind and support the Americans?
The intolerable acts, the Tea Act and the Stamp Act, were becoming more restrictive and causing my neighbors and I to become increasingly restive. Every week and almost every day produced something new, either to manifest or increase the irritation of you people. And so I came to the decision with my neighbors to support the cause of the Americans against the British.
Did you fight in the war?
Well, I was a pastor in Needham, Massachusetts, which was not too far from Lexington and Concord. Other than a year as a military chaplain in Maine, Needham was my first job as a clergy person after I graduated from divinity school at Harvard. But yes, the war, I didn't fight in the war, but I supported it in other ways.
How did you support the war?
Some additional history. In 1774, the British banned the export of ammunition and guns to the colonies and began to confiscate the supplies we had. And so as supplies began to become tight, East Needham's powder supply were moved to my home, the parsonage, for safekeeping. We thought this would confuse the British since I was a pastor and also still friendly with Tories.
How did the Needham militia get the supplies? Did they know where the supplies were?
The militia knew where the supplies were. We received news in April 19th, 1775. About 9 a.m., the East Needham Militia Company had drawn up in my driveway, the parsonage. They obtained the ammunition from a large brick chimney closet near my cellar, which was hidden. By 10 a.m., they were supplied. I blessed their endeavors, and they marched out for action with as much spirit and resolution as the most zealous friends of the cause could have wished for. And so, although our history books likely talk most about Lexington and Concord as the initial battles of the war, our Needham men were right in the thick of it. Never did I know a more anxious day than that one.
Reverend, thank you so much for sharing your version of our American history. I studied history in school but had no idea any of my relatives were involved. We have a family chart around the corner if you'd like to see it.
I'd like to see it, but first may I offer a blessing? Okay. All right. Now, Almighty Parent, I condemn myself, my family, and friends to thy kind, all-disposing providence, humbly confiding in thy wisdom and goodness so evidently confirmed from former experience. Amen.
Now I want a special shout out for all of our especially Clay Samuel West,
The doctor,
the Reverend Dr. Samuel
the Reverend
West.
Doctor.
Yes, I really appreciate them. Y'all all did a fabulous job.
Great.
Thank you,
All right.
thank you.
I gotta get out of this. I'm sweating to death.
Oh yeah, can we get? Let's get a picture of everybody.
Yeah! Picture!
Carolyn, can you get a picture of
I think there's plenty of pictures.
No, we need more.
y'all together? Yeah, but
I'll move.
Avery told everybody to get together. This process
oh, can you help get everybody in order? How are they, do they look pretty good?
Okay, here we go.
I just want to let y'all know that most of the words that Samuel West said came from his family anecdotes and memoirs, which I recently came across. 364 pages worth. And so I kind of called this information. I wanted to do the Revolutionary War part since we're in our 250th anniversary of our independence. I also wanted to let you know that Dr. West graduated with distinction from Harvard Divinity School and was awarded his Doctor of Divinity from Dartmouth. So he was not exactly a slack. Other than the one-year chaplaincy at Fort Pownell in Penobscot, Maine, which he mentioned, he served only two churches, Needham and Hollis Street Church in Boston. And he left Needham because they never paid him. In 26 years, they never paid him. So he had to operate a farm to support himself. I haven't read the entire memoir yet, obviously, but a couple of interesting topics that he talks about is smallpox and how he managed in the 1700s to have his entire family inoculated by exposure. He's included in the Annals of the American Unitarian Pulpit, in which a contemporary wrote about him that his native powers of mind were much above mediocrity, which I think is passed down to all of us. He never rendered evil for evil. If he was the subject of injury, a forgiving spirit seemed to come spontaneously into exercise for him. So this is our direct ancestor, Granny Phillips, great-great-grandfather. And so anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. And now,